Tonight, Russian President Vladimir Putin attempting damage control after the biggest ever threat to his 24-year rule, one that's left him looking humiliated and weakened.
Вооруженный мятеж в любом случае.
Putin denouncing the organizers of the rebellion for betraying Russia, not mentioning Yevgeny Prigozhin by name, but insisting that an armed uprising would have been suppressed anyway. It comes after the mercenary leader also spoke out today for the first time since the revolt, in an audio message saying the mutiny was against attempts to dissolve his Wagner force into the regular Russian army, slated to begin next week.
Первый фактор.
Claiming he stopped the advance short of Moscow to avoid shedding Russian blood, and that his forces went as a protest and not to overthrow the Putin government. It all began late Friday evening, when Prigozhin suddenly announces his troops are crossing the border back into Russia in a march against military leaders. By Saturday morning, Prigozhin says his fighters have taken key military headquarters and an airfield in the city of Rostov-on-Don. Attacked by Russian aircraft, Wagner troops reportedly bring down 6 helicopters and 1 fighter jet. But overall, the resistance is slight and his men march north towards Moscow.
За наш суверенитет и независимость.
An angry Vladimir Putin addressing the nation then, saying he's been stabbed in the back, warning of civil war. By nightfall, the mutineers are now about 120 miles from Moscow, where defences are being hastily thrown up. Moscow's mayor even urging residents to stay indoors. Then Prigozhin suddenly orders a surprise halt after the leader of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, emerges to broker a deal. Prigozhin and his men, given an amnesty, are cheered by locals like conquering heroes as they start to withdraw. Making his first public comments today, President Biden saying the US was coordinating with key allies throughout the crisis.
We're going to keep assessing the fallout of this weekend's events and the implications for Russia and Ukraine. But it's still too early to reach a definitive conclusion about where this is going.
Prigozhin is a multimillionaire who built his empire from a humble hot dog stand to massive catering contracts for the Kremlin. An ally of the Russian president, he was nicknamed Putin's chef. But his empire expanded into private military contracts. Wagner forces accused of a string of war crimes, working with Russia, allying themselves with groups involved in conflicts in Libya and Syria. Now he's synonymous with undermining the very man he used to serve, Vladimir Putin. Ukraine trying to seize on the instability within Russia to press their counter-offensive on multiple fronts, claiming to make more modest gains today.
Prigozhin was offered amnesty and the chance to go to Belarus, but his audio recording doesn't give any clues as to where he is now. His fighters have 3 choices: return to camp, which some appear to have done, but now agree to be part of the Russian army, return home, or also go to Belarus. So we wait to learn more, but it seems unlikely we've heard the last of Yevgeny Prigozhin or his Wagner fighters.